Good evening, everybody. Hope you're doing well. My name is Victoria Fikowska. I'm the founder of Victory Art, and today we're going to have our last seminar. Um, I would say this topic is the most discussed topic and one of the most complicated topics for artists. And that's why we made decision to keep this topic completely until the end. So we are able to clarify first things which are a little bit more easier for artists to understand. And now we can move forward to this topic and discuss it really into details. So let's directly jump to it. So we're Victory Art, and we're all about breaking stereotypes and building new perceptions. I would love to mention, before we start, that these seminars are co-funded by European Union, and that the main goal of European Union is actually to support really cutting-edge, amazing ideas. So if you're an artist who is interested in joining some of the projects, or you have some idea and you want to elaborate this idea further, make sure that you definitely check their website. Otherwise, please be mindful of others when they are speaking. Keep your microphones off until questions and answers. Be respectful and mainly have a great time. Let me tell you a little bit more about us. So we're Victory Art, and we're all about connecting emerging artists with the global art world. Currently, we work with more than 120 talented artists from 12 countries, and we host over 1,700 artworks on our website. So if you're an artist coming from Central or Eastern Europe and you're interested in getting to know more about Victory Art, getting to know more about us, definitely contact our curator at curator@victoryart.eu. Today is the final seminar, and we will be talking about finding the right price. If you're interested in looking at our previous seminars, it will be possible to do it at our second website, which is called victoryart.art, where all these seminars will be slowly getting published together with presentations. So no matter what you missed, you will be always able to go back to it. So now let's directly jump to our amazing seminar. So, as I mentioned before, today we're going to talk about a topic which is one of the most complicated topics for artists, and that is about finding the right price. You as an artist, you have to know how to properly evaluate yourself, and not only because you might undervalue yourself and not properly appreciate your art, but mainly because if you overvalue your art, that might really scare clients. That might show to clients that you're not professional, that you are, you do not have a very general overview of the art market. In general, it's just a very, very big flag. And the worst thing about this is that when you overvalue your art and no one is buying it, you usually have to go lower with the price. And that's quite problematic, because once you're gonna go lower with your price, then this is a very big red flag for clients to not to buy you. So be very careful. And we're going to go through a few formulas you can use as an artist to evaluate your art. And we will specifically discuss the most popular formulas you can use. I'm going to explain to you how to really do it, how to really use it. And well, in any case, if you have any questions about this, you can always join our consultancy sessions at curator@victoryart.eu. Our curator can provide you with more information, and whatever you will need, we are able to help you out, or our partners from GJW Gallery. So let's start. So one of the first things is that your art has to be priced consistently. What does it mean? That means that if there are very big differences for quite similar pieces of art, this is very big red flag for your client. That shows that you really have no knowledge in the art industry, and that you as an artist, you even don't know who you are and how to really work with art in general. So the best solution for you as an artist is to just choose a specific formula, pricing formula, and you're just gonna follow this formula. This is the easiest way how you can properly evaluate your art, even though you might not be really having any professional support. So just these formulas can really simplify your life and can keep you consistent with everything. So the first things first is the formula, which says about square inch times dollar amount. It's quite very straightforward. You basically multiply inches of the width with height of your art, and then that one is going to basically tell you what amount of inches you have to multiply by 4, and then you add amount of costs you had for specific artwork. So let's say here is like 18 inches times 24 inches, what equals 432 square inches. This amount you multiply by 4, and then you add amount of cost you had for specific artwork, and then you will get the final price. This is quite popular formula, and I personally heard many artists doing it that way, and it quite is super secure, especially if you're working as artist for a very short period. This can give you a good general overview about how to price your art. The second formula is hourly wage times hours spent plus cost of materials. So when you spend let's say 20 hours on creating an art, and you feel that your art, let's say, is worth like 15 euro, that your hourly wage is 15 euros, let's say, then that equals to 300. And to this amount, you just like add the amount of cost for your materials. Very safe way how to price your art. However, in the beginning, I would not really suggest this pricing strategy and this formula, because especially when you're a young artist, this thing can be influenced by many different things. So this might not really give you, especially when you are really starting, the correct price. So in that case, when you're really a rising artist, you're in the first years of your creations, then definitely use the first formula. And the last formula is that you multiply height, including width, and you multiply it by the hours you basically spend on specific artwork. So what it means that if your artwork, let's say, has 4 times 4 inches, and you feel like your specific work is worth $20, let's say, per inch, then you can multiply it and you're gonna get a specific amount. So for example, if your painting is 32 times 32 inches and you multiply it by 20, you're gonna get this specific amount, which is $1,280. This one is perfect for more established artists. So if this is something what you feel that this formula is good for you, and you already work on your art for a little bit longer, definitely give it a try. And you can compare it very well with your current prices. So are you overpricing yourself or underpricing yourself? That's always good to know. Pricing yourself consistently definitely pays off, because when you as an artist, you're giving all the time different amount for your artworks, that is really red flag for your buyers and let's say collectors. It really will allow you to build this credibility and this establishment within this circle. So once you are really having this price set and people are able to see that, okay, so this is the amount what I get for this specific artwork, and this is amount what I get for the same artwork but a little bit different based on the technique or based on different materials, people will understand that they can trust you and they will feel safe to purchase art from you. There are, of course, some do's and don'ts in terms of pricing of art. And setting price too low can leave you basically without profit, but setting your price too high can really be dangerous for your reputation. For example, I can tell you one of our experience. In the beginning, when Victoria Art started, we had one artist who worked with us. And back then, Victoria Art was working with more like starting artists. And this lady, she painted, maybe for half year top. And you could see it on her paintings that they are really paintings of beginner artists. And what happened was that she priced her art quite high. So I called her and I told her like, hey, I see that your art is currently a little bit on the higher range. And based on that, I would like to ask you about your experience. So how many artworks you did exhibit? How many exhibitions you had? It was actually 0. And then when I asked her about how many artworks you sold, she told me I sold 2. Was still not big amount. And when I asked her who she sold it to, she told me that she sold it to her husband. Was basically no sale. And then I tried to really politely tell her like, hey, your art is a little bit overpriced, and this basically will not give you clients, because people will see that what they get with you for this price can get with someone else but in much better quality. And this lady, actually, it ended up very bad. She got very angry and she stopped collaborating with us. But this is life. Sometimes people don't listen. And yes, so please, if you have some expert talking to you about pricing of your art, make sure that you listen to them. And on another completely other range, we had one artist who was applying to Victoria Art with experience, let's say, of like 3 years, but coming from art school, but really proactively doing art. It was like for 3 years. She did attend some art fairs, but then her price for one artwork, which was maybe like 60 times 60 centimeters, was 10,000 euros. And she had a little bit of experience and her artworks were pretty nice, but it was definitely not worth 10,000 euros. And when you're going to set your price high, imagine that how tough it is to go lower, because her artworks were not selling for 10,000 euros. And this is what I keep regularly seeing with artists. And so like a month ago, I had consultancy session with one artist from UK, and she exactly came to me and she started talking to me that she cannot really sell her artworks. And then I asked her about her price range, and it was actually 12,000 euros. For relatively small art, pretty nice, but it was definitely not worth 12,000 euros. And when I told her that her issue is actually price, because she was working with great people, she had like a lot of PR, she was exhibiting, but she was still not selling. Then she gets slightly offended, because she told me that she's minority and people really like buying minorities and working with minorities, but that is not like that. And so you really have to have a proper reality check. What is your art worth? And First things, how you can do it is that you can research prices of artists who have comparable experience, who are doing, let's say, similar technique, who have similar sizes. So try to really find artists who have similar style, medium, size, experience, and geographic location. And based on that, you will be already able to see, like, am I too low? Am I too high? You will already get some specific idea. Another thing is that please do not undersell your work. You do not only hurt yourself, but you do hurt as well other artists and creative industry in general. Each time you as an artist, you do something for free, you make people feel and think that, oh, okay, so art is not valuable, or artists can do everything for free. Artists do not need to earn or don't deserve to earn. So if you do barter, it's fine. Do barter. But do not give people things for free. This is the worst thing you can do. And do not undersell your work. So if you really know that your art, let's say that only the cost of creating the artwork, like the material, was 200 euros, why would you sell your art for 180, 160? I know that sometimes artists feel like, oh, okay, it's taking too long for me. Maybe no one wants to buy me. Maybe my art is too expensive. Let's go lower. And they really undersell themselves. But you have to have a reality check that in this industry, it takes a while to build a reputation. We have a few artists whose overnight success did take 20 years of hard work and tough work. So make sure that you are able to have this kind of consistency and persistency to go further. Another thing, what I see that people are consistently making mistake with is that they do not keep the same price for their studio and galleries. This is a red flag. Please always keep it similar, keep it the same. Because if you work with some gallery, whether you want or not, whether you like it or not, you're gonna give them provision. And I can tell you, it's well-deserved provision. Galleries have insane costs just by doing marketing activities, paying people, paying spaces, organizing exhibition, treating clients, doing, advertisement, like 1,000 things, really 1,000 things. And usually what they get from artists is still very low for what they are doing. If artists are doing this thing that they are having different price from the price of gallery that represent them, this basically really is destroying reputation of a gallery they're working with. So this is the first thing. Second thing, it does very bad to artists because buyers are then, okay, so what is his price? Is this the real price or is that the real price? So you make as well your clients feel very confused. And I understand that you kind of feel like, oh, you created that art and that you deserve the money and stuff. No one is taking it from you. But you have to think about it from business perspective. Really from business perspective. If you, I don't know, go to one store and you find, I don't know, Versace bag for, I don't know, 2,000 euros, and another store you find it for 3,000 euros, then you will be as well like, wow, like what is this product? Why there's such a big difference and stuff. So definitely make sure that you are able to sacrifice a little bit of your percentage while working with a gallery. Galleries can bring you a lot of clients, a lot of PR, a lot of expertise. So make sure you leverage it properly. And another thing is that don't let your emotions get in the way. This is exactly what I was talking about with my free examples of of wrong pricing, and you can see that each time it was influenced by emotions. You have to be rational. You have to be very, very strict with yourself. I understand that when you see your art, you feel so emotionally attached that you feel like, oh my God, this is like so amazing. It's going to sell immediately. People will love it and stuff. I get it. But usually it doesn't work this way. And that's fine. But make sure that before pricing each art, you do your research or you talk to a professional. And if you cannot get this professional expertise, just do your research. You can ask maybe 20 people in your circle who would buy art or who are art buyers or who bought ever art before, and ask them. If you're going to ask wrong people, that can really hurt you. But really ask people who would be willing to invest in such kind of art. And the last one is that you really have to have confidence to stand by your price. So it means that once you're going to set this standard, you have to be able to really be firm. And majority of the time, do not give discounts to your clients unless they are really regular clients and they're buying in bulk or like many, many pieces one after each other. Otherwise, there should not be any negotiation towards art. It's art, it's product. You don't go to, I don't know, let's say some like shopping electronics, like for iPhone. You don't go to Apple Store and ask them like, hey, can we negotiate the price? No, you don't do it. So why you should do it with art? So really make sure that you stand behind your product. And in spite of the fact that you might really hate that I'm calling your art product, it's product. And it always will be product, and every single art is product. So figuring out the best pricing can be really demanding, both for beginning artists and as well for experienced artists. But if you have someone who can help you out with that, then definitely use that opportunity. And Victory Art is going to offer this kind of consultancy sessions. We will have a limited amount of free consultancy sessions, which are going to be happening from 2nd January onwards. And if you're interested in our expertise, helping you out, finding the right price, or maybe helping you out with different things, do not hesitate to contact us. And this is our last seminar. This is the 20th seminar which we did. It was a really great journey, and I really hope that for all people who are coming regularly to our seminars, that you are able to learn from our sessions. And as I already mentioned, we're going to do consultancy sessions, which are going to start on the 2nd of January. So if you scan this QR code here right now, you will be redirected to a page where you can directly book your consultancy session. So definitely, if you're interested, please scan the QR code and you can book the consultancy session directly, or you can always contact our curator at curator@victoryart.eu. And these seminars will be published in the upcoming period on this website. You can as well scan QR code and you're going to get directly to the website, which is called victoryart.art. And all seminars will be there, including all presentations. And if you have any questions, this is the perfect moment to ask all your questions. And if you do not have any questions, I would love to say thank you for joining us today. And definitely check victoryart.eu, check victoryart.art. And if you ever need help, just contact our curator at victoryart.eu. Thank you so much and have a great evening.